The holiday fling that started it all. I'm a teacher. Not the kind who clocks in just for a paycheck. I care about my students, their safety, their growth, and frankly, my own integrity. A few months ago, during the winter holidays, I had a very brief fling with a woman I worked with. Let's call her Melissa. It wasn't serious. No grand declarations. No one even knew. We were both single, consenting adults, and we agreed to part ways amicably once the new term began. Back to work. Back to normal. Or so I thought. Rising tension. The paranoia begins. The vibe after the holidays was different, and not in a good way. Everyone at work was suddenly grumpy, on edge. Typical post-holiday slump, right? But Melissa, she took it personally. She was convinced I told people about our fling. She started cornering me in private, greater than, why is Sarah acting weird around me? You told someone, didn't you? I hadn't, I swear. But she wouldn't hear it. Paranoia escalated fast. She'd send me texts at night like, if I find out you said anything, I'll make you regret it. At first, I tried to laugh it off. Maybe she was just venting. Maybe it was stress, but soon, her messages turned threatening. She started gaslighting me, twisting my words, rewriting conversations in her head, pushing and pushing me until I started doubting myself. She would say things like, greater than you already. Admitted it to me. Don't lie again. Even though I hadn't. And it didn't stop there. She would glare at me in the staff room. Make passive-aggressive comments in meetings. Once, she even jokingly said in front of a student, greater than, better be careful what you say around him. He talks. That's when I knew this was more than awkward X-drama. This was psychological. Warfare. The breaking point, the collapse. Weeks of constant stress, pressure, and paranoia took a toll. One day, while I was teaching, I started to feel dizzy. My heart was racing. My vision blurred. I collapsed. Right there in the classroom. The paramedics said it was an acute anxiety attack, probably triggered by prolonged emotional stress. And you know what Melissa did? She saw it happen and just turned away. Not even a blink of concern. I was done. Turning. POINT, standing up. My supervisors, to their credit, were shaken. They pulled me aside once I recovered and gently asked what was going on. And here's the thing. I was scared to tell them, not because I didn't trust them, but because part of me still felt guilty. Like somehow this whole thing was my fault. But in that moment, I realized something. I'm not just a teacher. I'm a protector if my mental health was compromised. I couldn't safeguard my students. So I told them everything. I showed them the texts, the timestamps, the threats, the manipulation. Their faces hardened. Revenge plan, quiet but devastating justice. The reaction was swift. Melissa was immediately pulled from the classroom. She didn't even get to finish her lesson plan. By the end of the day, her ID badge was deactivated, but it didn't stop there. Turns out, she had just been lined up to transfer to a nearby school. The principal there was someone with deep ties in the district, and the moment he heard what happened, he flagged her file. She wasn't just suspended. She was unofficially blacklisted from working in any public school in the area. Payoff watching her fall. I didn't keep tabs on her. I didn't need to, but one day, I stumbled across her Facebook post. She was begging, literally begging, people to help her find housing. Her rent had just gone up by $1,500, and she couldn't afford it anymore. Turns out she's now working at a private Jewish school way outside the city, a place already tainted by scandal. Low pay, no job security. She is also a single mom. 2 sons. And yeah, that part made me pause because her kids, they didn't do anything wrong, but I wasn't responsible for her choices. She chose threats over honesty, paranoia over communication, reflection, guilt versus justice. Do I feel guilty? Yeah, sometimes doubt not because I think I did something wrong, but because I wish it didn't have to end like this. But when someone tries to destroy you out of fear, you don't let them keep the match. You protect yourself because bullies in adulthood look different. They don't shove you in lockers. They smile while setting your reputation on fire. And if you're not careful, they'll make you feel like you struck the match. Reflective wrap up, 1340 to 14 o'clock. Justice doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers in HR meetings and moves silently through district emails. But when it lands hard. And Melissa, she got exactly what she gave, just multiplied. Outro CTA, 14 o'clock to 14:30. If the story made your jaw drop, hit that like button and tell me in the comments, what would you have done in my shoes? Ever seen a manipulator get what they deserve? Don't forget to subscribe for more insane Reddit revenge stories just like this. Real people, real drama, real karma. See you in the next one.